Jai Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Gaur Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare, Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare. Nama Om Vishnu Padaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Niti Namine. Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine. Sita Ram Lakshman Hanuman ki Hare Krishna. So yesterday we discussed how Bharat went to bring back Ram and what was their conversation, and it was full of emotions, and how Bharat exhibited his wonderful service attitude. So much to learn from Bharat's example. And Bharat took away Lord Ram's sandals and put them on the throne, and daily used to do the charmer on those thrones, like just as Lord Ram is sitting, and he used to treat sandals as good as Lord Ram. So Lord Ram, Lakshman and Sita, they spent 13 years in Chitrakoot. And after 14 years, 13 years were spent in Chitrakoot only. And Lord Ram starts observing that the rishis were not so comfortable. So they were talking with themselves and they were looking very worried. So Ram approached them and asked them, "Are you really annoyed with me or with Sita or with Lakshman? Have you done anything wrong with you? Unknowingly, please tell us. So, because we can't see you disturbed." So rishis told, "How it is possible that you can cause any disturbance to us? Actually, we are being very scared and afraid because all these Rakshasas, Ravanas, has created a post in Janasthan. Janasthan is in the Dandakaranya, in the Nasik area. And he is really harassing all the sages here. He is not allowing any yajna to happen. So he has sent his two brothers, Khar and Dushan, along with an army of demons there, and they are harassing all the rishis. So we are very worried about them." So Lord Rama hears that, and then he discusses with Lakshman, and they decide, okay, they'll approach towards Dandakaranya forest. So they leave Chitrakoot and start their march towards Dandakaranya forest. So when they are going to Dandakaranya forest, so on the way, Sita is in between, Ram is in front, and Lakshman is behind. So as they enter, it was very beautiful. How many of you have been to Nasik area? Yeah. Even now it is very beautiful. So the forests were very nice, and there were hermitages also, and the birds were flying, animals were running around. So Sita, Ram, they all saw the beauty of the forest, and they were really appreciating it. Then suddenly, all of a sudden, in front of them, a huge figure appears, and he had a teeth coming out, bulging eyes, and he had a spear with him, and on that spear, 20 heads of animals were there. And the blood was coming out. There were 3 heads of a lion, 4 heads of a tiger, 2 heads of the wolves, 10 heads of a spotted deer, and 3 heads of elephants. So such a fearsome demon, and his name was Virad. Okay, so he said, "Oh, what are you doing? Who is this beautiful woman? This is meant for my enjoyment, not for you." And he pounced upon Sita. And then he again retreated back. So Ram and Lakshman got very angry. Who is this person who could dare to touch Sita even? And Ram said, "I am not so much distressed by after hearing the death of my father, but this demon has touched my wife." Lakshman said, "This is not the time for talking, take some action." Don't lament, take some practical action. Okay. Then the Virat started laughing. "You brother cannot do anything for me. I have been blessed by Lord Brahma that no weapons can kill me. So it's better for you to run away and leave this beautiful woman for me. You are already ascetics, you are having matted locks and all those things. What are you doing with this beautiful woman in the forest? Go and perform austerities. Let this woman be for me." So Ram and Lakshman got very angry, and they started throwing arrows at him. But he was not affected at all because it was Brahmaji's benediction. And then they started, piercing with their swords. Even then he was just laughing. And then he lifted Ram and Lakshmana on his shoulders and started running away. And Ram and Lakshmana said, this is a real powerful demon. They started pinching with the fist, and because they were so powerful, with their fist only they tore apart his two arms. Ram and Lakshmana both tore apart his two arms. And still the demon was laughing because no weapon was going to kill him. So then, Ram and Lakshman with their fists kept on, putting their fists on this Virat. And the Ram said, okay, this demon we won't be able to kill him. Lakshman, you dig a hole and we put him alive. Only then he'll give up his life. So when Lakshman was digging up the hole, the Virat said, now I remember, Brahmaji had said that actually in my previous life, I was a Gandharva with the name of Tumburu. And I had lusty desires for enjoying a Apsara called Rambha. And Kuber had cursed me to become a demon, and he had told me that only Ram and Lakshman will come and they will deliver you. So immediately, then he was also starting dig a cave and then put me in that so that I can go back to my heavenly planets. So Lakshman did that, he was put in that. And before, they were putting him in the cave, he said, you see, you please go ahead and you will meet a Rishi and he's just waiting for you. And he has a very important message to deliver to both of you. So Ram and Lakshman put him in the cave and they went ahead. And as they go ahead, they meet a rishi whose name was Santadharna. And here they saw outside his hermitage, one heavenly celestial chariot is waiting. It was a chariot of Indra. And the Indra was inside with that rishi. So Ram was thinking, why Indra is here? So immediately Indra also saw Ram is here. So Indra said, okay, now I'll go. I don't want to face Ram now. After he kills the Ravan, then I'll face him. So Indra just flew away. And then Ram and Lakshman entered the hermitage and asked the Rishi, why Indra was here? So he said, Indra had come here to take me to the Brahmalok. But I said, I won't go along with you. First I want to have your darshan. So now you are here, I'll give up my body in your presence. So these were the quality of the sages. He lit a fire he took woods and put some ghee and ignited the fire, and in front of Ram, Lakshman and Sita, he put himself in the fire, and from the fire his soul came and went to Brahmalok. So before leaving his body, he had told that please go ahead and meet a sage called Sutakshina. He is waiting for you. So Ram and Lakshman and Sita, they marched ahead and they meet the sage Sutakshina. Sutakshina welcomed them and said, now you can stay with me along with me in this hermitage. They said, no, we have to go ahead. Then he said, you please go ahead and we will meet sage Agastya. See, this is Ram is all knowing, he is Supreme Lord, but he is showing his dependence on the rishis, as if he doesn't know anything, he is in a new place. So he goes and Ram marches ahead and then he comes in the contact with Agastya Muni. Agastya Muni gives him some celestial weapons and he says, please go, there is a suitable place for you called Panchavati. You should put up your hermitage there. And then Ram goes ahead and then they put up a very nice hermitage in Panchavati. So when Ram, Lakshman and Sita were staying there, suddenly a very ugly woman approaches them. And this ugly woman is a demoness, and she used to roam around that Panchavati area in the Janasthan, and she used to eat human beings, anyone, rishis. She used to just eat like anything, raw. Take a sage and just eat her. That was her breakfast. And when she came in the hermitage, she saw Ram, and she was really infatuated with lust seeing Ram. Ram's broad shoulder, greenish and bluish, his color was there, and he was looking so handsome. So she thought of enjoying with Ram. And Surupnakha had this benediction that she could change her form at any moment. She could have turned herself into a beautiful woman also. But she was so overcome with lust that she forgot to change her form. And she was thinking, I'm in a very beautiful form. And in that ignorance, she approaches Ram. And he says, what are you doing with this woman, she's an ugly woman. And you are meant for my enjoyment. And you say, you please come and have all the facilities. I can fly anywhere where I want, and we both will enjoy. Let us enjoy, So Ram says, oh, the most beautiful woman. I really want to accept your offer, but I have taken a vrat of one patni vrat. And if I really accept you have to be a co-wife with this woman. So better to approach my brother Lakshman. He is equally powerful, and his wife is not accompanying him. He must be in need of a woman also. So please go and approach him. Surpanakha looked at Lakshman. He was also very handsome. So she's okay. So she approaches Lakshman. He says, you are also very handsome. You are very powerful. And you are not having any woman with you. So let us enjoy. Lakshman also smiled. He said, oh, best of so beautifully limbed woman. I have never seen a beauty like you. And you see, your proposal is very good. I can accept you. But the point is, I will always be serving Ram. Because I am always a servant of Ram, you will always remain a servant of Sita. So this is no fun, So better, Ram is spoiling his life with this ugly woman, And she is aging also. Why don't you go and tell Ram that you give up this woman and enjoy with me? I think Ram will accept you. She says, okay. She again approaches Ram. And Ram and Lakshman, they're just playing with him, Ram says, you can go to Lakshman, you go to Ram. And then she said, enough is enough. The root of all the problem is this woman, She's so ugly and she's thinking that she can enjoy with you. I only deserve to enjoy with you. And she pounced upon Sita. Ram said, enough of joking, Lakshman, take care of her. And Raman took off one sword and Lakshman cut off her nose and ears. Lakshman's force was so fierce, so forceful that cut nose flied, and it went across the river and it fell on that place. So Ram and Lakshman were staying in Panchvati and the nose fell far off on the other side of the river, and that place is now called Nasik because Surpanakha's Nasik in the Sanskrit, the nose is called Nasika. So that Nasik fell, that's why the place is called Nasik. Okay. So when his ear and nose were cut, Surpanakha was bleeding and she was crying like anything. And she went, they had a post, Ravan had a post there local, her two brothers Hare and Dushan were there. And before introducing herself, she said, she first asked Ram, who are you? So Ram gave their full description. We are from Ayodhya and we have been exiled and like this. And Ram had asked, what is your introduction? And she very proudly said, I am Surpanakha and I have brothers like Raman, Kumkaran, Vibhishan, Hare and Dushan, but I am the most powerful of them, So that was the introduction. So now she was really crying, bleeding, and she went to her two brothers, Hare and Dushan. And Hare and Dushan were also enjoying their lives, So when Hare and Dushan, she was crying and she was speaking incoherently. They were not able to make out what has happened to her. She was just crying loudly and saying some words. And Hare and Dushan, who has done this to you? Just calm down, tell me, who has done this? No, who could dare to touch you even? Don't they know that you are our sister? How is it possible? Because all these sages were also very powerful, but the sages never used their power, to kill these demons. Because when the sages will kill the demons, they will, forego their tapoval. So that's why they had called Ram and Lakshman. They were requested Ram and Lakshman to come. So Hare and Dushan knew that the sages won't do this. And who could do this? They were very surprised. So she said, these two brothers are there, two human beings are there, Ram and Lakshman, and they had one woman with them, and they had done this. So they were very surprised. Hare said, don't worry my sister, today only I'll take revenge, just be calm. He calls his most powerful 14 demons. And he says, Surpanakha, you take these 14 demons with you and just destroy them. These demons will take care, don't worry. So Surpanakha goes and take 14 demons with her. And Ram and Lakshman see that these demons are coming. Ram tells Lakshman, you take Sita away, I'll just take care of them, So single-handedly Ram, he shot some arrows and all these 14 demons are instantly killed. And then Surpanakha again comes back. running. He has killed these 14 demons also. Now the Khar was very surprised. He's not something very special. So they both brothers consulted with each other. He said, okay, Surpanakha, don't worry. Now we have to make all out attack. Whatever army we have, we all will go and will destroy these two brothers. Don't worry. And whenever these demons they start fight, they glorify themselves. I have done this, I have done that. Don't worry. We are finishing these two brothers. They are human beings, nothing. What are human beings? What humans can do? So they were very confident, and this 14,000 army they took away and they started. Now once they started, all kinds of inauspicious omens started appearing. Their left arm started trembling. And the jackals were making all kind of noises, and it was started raining, and along with that the blood was also raining. So all inauspicious signs were there. So they had Raman had left one spy also with them, and spy's name was Akampan. So the Akampan was a very thoughtful person. He was aged person and very well experienced person. He went to Khar and said, Khar, I think this is not the right moment to attack. We should withdraw. We should not go away. Sometimes we have to be very strategic also. This is not the right moment. He said, you are a very coward person. You don't know who am I. There is no one in this universe who can face me. All these are nothing. Just don't believe in superstitions. I'll take care of Ram and Lakshman. Don't worry. So, but Akampan was convinced that something bad is going to happen. So he kept himself in the back. On the front was Surpanakha, and then Khardushan, and then 14,000 demons, and on the back was Akampan. So they started. Khar and Dushan were facing inauspicious moments, and Ram was saying, I am feeling very auspicious moments now. My right arm is trembling, and the arrows are feeling very happy, and the bows are stringing in themselves. So I think something good is going to happen. So when Khar and Dushan are coming with 14,000 demons, so they make a lot of sound, crying loudly and making a lot of noises. So Ram and Lakshman came to know this Khar and Dushan are approaching. So Ram says to Lakshman, okay, you take Sita away now, go to the mountain cave and just be there. I'll take care of them. Lakshman said, no, I will also assist you. So you go. So he sent them away. So Acharya said there can be many reasons why Ram chose to fight with 14,000 demons alone. Number one was he knew that there will be a lot of bloodshed. These demons will be attacking me also. And by seeing this bloodshed, Sita Maya may feel very uncomfortable. She may faint also. Okay. And number two, why Lakshman was not kept? He said if Lakshman will see me fighting, I am getting slightly hurt, Lakshman will get very angry. And then he will escalate the fight to such an extent that it might reach Raman also. And we may not be so much prepared, so better Lakshman also should not fight. And thirdly, I have given promise to the sages that I will protect them. So it doesn't look nice that I put Lakshman in front and I go with Sita in the cave. So it's my duty to protect all these sages. So I'll take the charge. So he sends away both Lakshman and Sita. And alone, Ram, with Khar, Dushan and 14,000 demons, he fought alone. And Valmiki Ramayana, so many pages, this battle has been described. How they were attacking Ram, even their arrows were piercing Ram's arms also, Ram's chest also, blood was also coming out from Ram's body. Still Ram was fighting and fighting and fighting, and they were also using all kind of tricks, but Ram also had all kinds of weapons. And one by one, first he killed the Dushan. So Dushan means the kingdom with bad qualities. Okay. So by killing Dushan, Ram is killing all the bad qualities. These bad qualities are in themselves very bad, but they become dangerous when they grip us. When we are in the grip of the bad qualities, they really become very dangerous. So first of all, Dushan was killed. And one by one, all the demons were killed. Then Khar was left with around 5,000 demons. So Khar, they had so much of arrogance, he was still not getting the message that Ram is not an ordinary person. Still Khar was praising himself and started fighting. So Khar means ass. Akampan told him also, it's not a right moment. You should not attack. But it didn't went into his head. He said, I'll fight. Because he glorified himself. In the past I did so much. Don't you know who am I? So sometimes as a leader, what we do, we also rest on our past glories. I've done so much. I'm so successful in preaching. This project also I'll be successful. I've done so much. Now again I'll be successful. So the example is given like that, like of a rabbit. Rabbit has a skill of seeing on his back. Rabbit can know what is on his back. But ironically, on the front face, he is totally blind. On the back he can see, front he cannot see. And sometimes the leaders, as a preacher, we may be very proud of our past success and we may not be able to, we may be blind of the future. We're just depending on, resting on the past glories. So Khar was like an ass. Akampan warned him also, but he didn't take the warning. So Khar was fighting with 5,000 demons, but Ram was shooting arrows, and one by one all the demons were killed, and the Khar also has to give up his life. So only survivor were who? Akampan and Srupnakha. So Ram left Marich also, Ram left Srupnakha also, and Ram left Akampan also. He could have killed them also, But you see, all these three were left alive, and they created because of them only this important twists came in this episode. So now Akampan was behind. Akampan ran back to Raman. He said, I should be the first one to give Raman this news, because if the Srupnakha goes first, then I'll be out of my job, because I am the spy. The spy is supposed to give information first. So Akampan rushes to Ravana, and Ravan was sitting on his palace. So while coming, Akampan was saying, now our destruction has started. Now the Rakshas are going to give up their lives. The Lanka's future is very bleak. So they are saying all these kind of things, So Ravana said, what happened? Why are you saying all these things in front of me? Don't you know who am I? He said, Raman, I am going to tell you, but promise me, if I say something, you will not kill me. Because Raman was anger personified. Whenever he used to hear bad news, he used to cut off the head of that person. So Akampan was, taking first promise, you won't kill me. I am telling you those news. He said, okay, tell me. He said, Rama, your two brothers, Khar and Dushan, 14,000 demons, whole of your post is destroyed. They are killed. Raman was very furious. Who could do this? What, Indra came? Or Yam came? Or Agni was there? Or Surya was there? How could they do this? How many demigods were there? Don't they know who am I? I can do anything. I can stop the wind. I can burn the sun with my anger. I can stop time. I can kill death also. So who could dare? How many demigods were there? No, Kampanava. How many demigods? On his face, only one human being. Only one human. I was shocked. One human being and one. And Khar, Dushan, 14,000 demons. One human being. Who is that human being? He is Ram. He's not an ordinary person. He is Ram. He can do anything. He can do the annihilation and recreate. He can stop rivers from flowing. He can stop time also. He can do anything. He can destroy and again recreate. Ram is not an ordinary person. When he heard this, he had given promise to Akampan, he won't touch him. But nearby one minister was there. He slapped that minister. And the minister felt unconscious. So other people took him away. So Ramana was very angry. And Ravan said, now the Lankeshwar is going and going to destroy this Ram. Akampan said, you are still not getting. Cool down. Now Akampan has to really put his best. Raman, please hear me. No, all demigods, all demons, Rakshas, Gandharvas, Siddhas, even if they get together, they cannot kill Ram. Ram is invincible. He is omnipresent. Wherever the demons were running, his arrows were chasing him. Akampan was convinced, that Ram is not an ordinary person. And he was trying to give some picture to Raman, get some an idea. What are you thinking? It's not a joke, I'll go and kill Ram. Just cool down. It's not. But I have a plan. No one can kill him. It is 100% sure. But there is one plan. And then seeing, Akampan was an experienced person, Ravan thought it's making some sense, He said, what is that plan? And then there was some smile on Akampan's face. And he said, come, I'll tell you. And then Akampan said, Ram is not ordinary person. He is superhuman, certainly. But he has one weakness. He is very much attached to his wife, Sita. Somehow or the other, if you can kidnap Sita, then he will automatically die in separation. But there is no other way. This is the only way. Ravan laughed. Yeah, this is a wonderful idea. Okay. Then now I should make some plan to kidnap Sita. Okay. See, even hearing so many glories of Ram from Akampan, Rama was still taking Ram as a normal human being. Av jananti mamuda manushim tanumashita. It will not go into his head. Ram is a superhuman, he is a supreme personality of Godhead. So he said, okay. He thought of Marich. Marich is my confidential minister. I'll approach him and let's make some plan. And Marich, after being thrown by Ram, he was performing austerities in South India. He had forgotten everything now. he was so fearful of Ram. He was performing austerities coolly. He was happy with his life. Suddenly he saw Raman's chariot outside his hermitage. He said, Raman has come personally. There must be something very urgent. He said, Raman, you are here personally? Something urgent? Yes, some very, very urgent. There is one person called Ram. He has killed Khar, Dhushan, and he has killed all the 14,000 demons. So I have a plan. I will kidnap you. Just make a plan to kidnap Sita and the Ram will die automatically. The moment Marich heard this, he said, Raman, the person who has given you this advice is your worst enemy. Why are you committing suicide? Why are you bringing Lanka? Why are you causing the destruction of Lanka? Raman, you cannot kill Ram. It is impossible. Ram is like a fathomless, powerful ocean, and his bows are like powerful crocodiles, and the arrows are like the waves. His arms are like the whirlpool in the ocean, and the whole span of the ocean is like a battlefield where all his enemies will drown. So what are you thinking, Raman? Go back. You have so many wives, beautiful. All the beautiful ladies from the entire universe are serving you. So why do you worry? Go and enjoy with your wives and let Ram be here with Sita. Never think of killing Ram. Go back. So Marich said so sincerely, and Marich was his confidential minister. In past also, Marich has always given him good advice. So Raman thought, okay, I'll go back. So he went back. He came back and started enjoying with his wives. It is described in Valmiki Ramayana. Raman had so much weakness for women. Whenever he used to see a beautiful woman, immediately he wanted to enjoy. And he would do anything. And he had done so many offenses. He had, taken women from all over the universe, from different planets, and causing them so much distress. He was under the impression, any beautiful woman is for me. That's all. So that was, demonic mentality. Just want to enjoy. You see, Ram will kidnap Sita, and after even kidnapping Sita, Ram was never satisfied. Never. This is the nature of lust. A lusty man can never be satisfied. That fire will always keep on burning. When we are young, we had all those aspirations to enjoy, and we have our lustful desires, and we think we'll meet some other person who will satisfy my lusty desires, and the other person is full of lusty desires also. So two lusty beings meet together in the hope, in the anticipation that both will satisfy each other. But at the end, nothing happens. Both are more dissatisfied. This is the nature of this material world. When the relationship is based on the lust, dissatisfaction is going to multiply only. One lusty being is dissatisfied, other lusty being is dissatisfied. Dissatisfaction into dissatisfaction is more dissatisfaction. How can one dissatisfied, how can one beggar can satisfy another beggar? Is it possible? No. So that way, the Ravan was always dissatisfied, always frustrated. Lust causes frustration only. And because of this lust, bhoga aishwarya prasakta nam tayar chetasam avasatmika buddhi samadho na vidhiyate. Those whose consciousness are absorbed in these kind of lusty thoughts, they will never be able to understand Lord. For them this is not possible. That's why even after hearing so much, Ravan was not realizing the Ram's importance. So it's very difficult to comprehend the transcendent nature of Lord. Bil Mangal Thakur has composed a very nice verse, and the meaning of this verse is, when the Lord appeared as Lord Varha, his form was so huge that in one pore of his body, if the water of all the oceans in the universe are put in one pore of this body, Lord Vara, even then it will not overflow. He was so huge. And the Bilbangal Thakur is again, expressing his astonishment. And the same Lord Vara is again appearing as Krishna, Kanaiya, in the house of Nand Maharaj and Yashoda. And Yashoda Maya is bathing him. And she could bathe him with just one bucket of water. And he's surprised. Is he the same Lord? In his one pore of the body, all the oceans water were coming and they were not overflowing. And here is the Supreme Lord again. And his mother is bathing with one bucket and is fully satisfied. What is this? Who can understand the transcendental nature of the Lord? So, Jiva Goswami Pad says, to understand the transcendental nature of the Lord, a devotee should have two qualities. One, he should be faithful, and second, he should be thoughtful. Faithfully, we should approach the spiritual master. Faithfully, we should approach the holy name. Faithfully, we should approach the scriptures. And after getting instruction from the scriptures, after getting instruction from the sages, we should be thoughtful. Only then we can, with our limited intelligence, we can comprehend to some extent the transcendental nature of the Lord. But Ravana was not doing any kind of these things. Ravana was so arrogant and full of lust, so there was no chance for him to understand Ram. On this, we see on one side is Ravana's enjoying mentality, and yesterday we discussed Bharat's servicing mentality. Total contrast. Ravana just wanted to enjoy the whole property of the Lord, and Bharat was surrendering everything for serving the Lord. You see, so as a sadhak, we have an option to cultivate Bharat's mentality or Ravan's mentality. We have both the attitude within us. Many years back, in Mayapur, I had the good fortune of having the association of His Holiness Bhakti Vikas Swami Maharaj. So I was a very new devotee. So I asked Maharaj a question. We have different kind of desires in our heart. Good desire also of progressing in spiritual life, and lusty desire also, enjoying this material world. And Paramatma is sitting in our heart. So Paramatma will fulfill which kind of desires? Paramatma's role is, he will fulfill Anumanta. He is Anumanta, he is the sanctioning authority, and I have both kind of desires. So Super Soul will take care of which kind of desires? So then Maharaj replied, the desires you cultivate. We have both kind of desires. The sanskars are there of both the kind. The desires will cultivate. Those desires will be fulfilled by the Super Soul. So it's upon us. It's upon free will. We have a choice. And how to make that choice? We can see the advantages of cultivating service attitude or the advantage of cultivating the enjoying mentality. See? And then we should, observe this. We should be thoughtful and faithful. And by observing this, then we can cultivate the desire we want to go, in which direction we want to go. Okay. So Ravan came back after hearing from marriage, and he started enjoying with his wives in Lanka. Now Akampan had given him the news. Now the Suruprakha arrives, And Suryaprakash says, oh Raman, you are so lazy, you are so selfish, you are enjoying here. Don't you know you lost your two brothers and see my condition? And Raman, she started shouting, you are a lazy person, you don't care about your brothers and sisters, you are just enjoying yourself. Raman said, who has done this? She was bleeding and she was crying. And she, the same Ram and Lakshman, they did this for me. Why they did this? Raman, because they had a beautiful woman called Sita. And Sita is so beautiful, so beautiful. Even if you take all these beautiful queens and their beauties combined, it's just like a drop in front of Sita's beauty. And she started describing Sita's beauty in so much details that Raman's lust was again agitated and ignited. He got very agitated. And he said, see, I am so your well-wisher, I wanted to bring Sita for you. Because you are the only person in this creation who deserve to enjoy with Sita. But she was just there in the forest with Ram. Who is Ram to enjoy her? You should enjoy her. If you are not having Sita, your life is useless. Shunyaitam jagat sarvam. Zero. You have wasted your life 100%. Who are these women? They are nothing. If you see Sita, you will come to know what is the beauty. So Raman was really became so lusty, mad with lust. He said, yes, you are right. So this is the nature of lust. When we are lusty for something, we really feel like this. If I am not able to get this object, my life is useless. Be it anything. That becomes just aim of whole purpose of our life. And now Raman's the whole purpose was to somehow or the other enjoy with Sita. Now his intelligence was taken away. Now he said, come what may. Now I want Sita. And he again went to Marich. Marich, this time I am not to take any advice. I have come to give you instructions. Okay? Immediately you take the form of a golden deer, go to Panchavati, allure Sita, Ram will chase you, and then I will go and kidnap Sita. Okay? This is the plan. Mari said, what has happened to you? I have given you advice. This is not done. See, Marish, if you won't do this, I will kill you. Mari said, okay, now I can see that I am also getting killed and you are also getting killed. Now no one can save us. Now if you are going to kill me, so better to be, I should get killed in Ram's hand, I'll get some advantage. And you be ready also. Because you're not knowing that superpower nature of Lord Ram. So Marich, as per the plan, he takes the form of a golden deer. And that deer was so attractive, it was golden color with silver spots, and his horns were like, rainbow, and the changing colors, and it was jumping and coming here and there, and Sita was seeing this kind of deer. We never seen this. This is out of the 84 lakhs of species. What a beautiful deer. And he said, Ram, I want this deer. Lakshman said, no, don't get, this is illusion. I know this is Marich. And Marich has this skill of changing forms. This is some trick. Sita said, no, when Ram is there, what is there to be scared of? Ram, I want this. Better if you can get me alive. We'll take him back to Ayodhya. This was the last year. 13 years already they have spent. So she was afraid we have to go back to Ayodhya. We'll take this deer back to our Ayodhya. And if we're not able to get it live also, at least I'll then kill him and we'll use this wonderful skin, He has such a wonderful skin. So please bring this deer back. Now she is telling Ram, you can kill this deer also. Earlier, when they were coming from Panchavati to Chitrakoot to Panchavati, Sita Maya said to Ram, you see, if you don't mind, I want to tell you something. Ram said, yes, please go ahead, tell me what do you want to say. She had said, you see, you are always carrying this bow with you, and I don't like this, If you are carrying this bow, this will, increase your killing propensities. She said there are 3 kinds of major sins in this life. 1 is telling lies, 2 is enjoying with others' wives, And third is causing cruelty to innocent beings. So he said, the first two faults are not in you. You never tell lie, and you are so pure you can never think of enjoying with others' wife. But this third fault, I see there's some contamination in you. You are always carrying this bow, and you are always ready to kill someone. No, this is not correct. I'll tell you a story from the scriptures. Then she tells a story to Ram. She said there was one Brahman who was performing lot of austerities. Okay, and his austerities were so much that Indra became insecure again. So this time Indra thought of a new plan. He didn't send any Apsara. He himself went there as a Kshatriya, and he approached that sadhu and he said, you see, I'm in some emergency. I'm leaving this sword with you. Okay, please take care of this sword. I'll just come back and take it back. Okay, just keep it with you. He said, okay. So Indra just kept that sword with him and ran away. So that sword was with that sadhu, and Indra never came back. So that sadhu was keeping the sword with him because I have to take care of this. So even if he has to go to take some fruits or roots, he used to carry sword with him. Days passed, Indra never came back, and the sadhu was daily carrying the sword. And one day a thought came in him, let me see, what is this sword? So now he was taking roots and trees, he wanted some fruit, so he used that sword to cut the fruit. He said, very nice, this sword is very good. And slowly he started cutting bushes like this. Oh, very good. And slowly he started cutting animals. Oh, this is a powerful sword. And with this he lost all the fruits of his austerities and he fell down. And Indra's purpose was over. So he said, just by the association of a sword, the Brahmana fell down. And you are always carrying a bow with you. So just carrying a thing, yesterday we discussed the power of bad association, how mantra poisoned Kekai. So here Sita Maya was giving the message, what to talk of a living being, even a dead instrument. The smartphones are not dead, they are lively. So what to talk of these gadgets and what to talk of the other things, if we are constantly carrying these things, they contaminate us. They ignite some propensities in us to use them. Brahman was there, and Brahman was just carrying sword. And slowly, thoughts came in him to use this sword, And by using this sword, he fell from his duties. So this was Sita Mata, and she never wanted that Ram should commit any violence. But Ram had responded, you see, I am carrying this bow just to protect the sages. I am a Kshatriya, and I am here to protect the sages. So I will use a bow with discrimination. I won't use the bow like anything. So now, this is the same Sita Maya. She is so illusioned. Now she is asking Ram, even if you have to kill this deer, you kill. But bring it for me. Ram, as an ideal husband, he said, okay, I should fulfill your desire. I'll just go and bring this deer back. So he told Lakshman, you please be here and take care of Sita. Okay. So Ram started chasing the deer. And the deer was mysterious. He was the Marich himself. So sometime he was appearing, sometime he was disappearing, sometimes jumping here, sometimes he was jumping there. So Ram was not able to catch him. And because jumping here, then disappearing, then appearing, then smiling, then dancing, and then disappearing. That way he took Ram very, very far away. And finally Ram thought, something is wrong. Some plan is there. So I can't get him alive, I'll have to kill him. And then for a moment when he appeared, Ram shot an arrow and he was killed. And while he was losing his life, he started shouting what? Sita, Lakshman, crying loudly in the voice of their Lord Ram. And the voice, he was shouting so loudly that the voice reached Sita and Lakshman. And hearing this voice, Sita was very annoyed. She said, something has happened to Ram. Please go, Lakshman, and Ram is in trouble. Lakshman said, nothing, he can never be in trouble. Don't worry. No, Lakshman, he is in trouble. He can't be in trouble. Then Sita Maya started crying and started giving all kind of accusations against Lakshman. if you are not going, that means you had some ulterior motives. You want to enjoy with me. You were waiting for this day. That's why you came with Ram to this forest. You were looking for an opportunity to enjoy me. This Lakshman could not hear, Lakshman was trembling. Don't say these words. Lakshman had never looked at the face of Sita. He only looked at the lotus feet of the Sita. And when she was alleging Lakshman like this, Lakshman just could not tolerate. So he said, Lakshman, if you are not going, that means you want Ram dead. And you just want to enjoy me. But I will never let you enjoy with me. I will destroy you with my chastity. Lakshman couldn't hear all this. Okay, if you want me to go, I will go. Although Ram has told me not to go. But if you are asking me to go, I will go. But I know when I come back, you won't be here. Lakshman knew that. And Lakshman left. In Valmiki Ramayana, there is no mention of Lakshman Rekha. But some other Acharya says Lakshman put some Lakshman Rekha. And Srila Prabhupada also has mentioned somewhere that he has put Lakshman Rekha. So Lakshman goes away. So here we see when the Marich was crying the names of Lakshman and Sita in the voice of Ram. So we also get to hear so many voices from within. Our mind is speaking to us. And sometimes we think it is the voice of Ram, Super Soul. It is just like the voice of Super Soul only. But it is the voice of mind. And we take his advice and we follow the instructions of mind. So how to make out whether it is the voice of mind or voice of Ram, Super Soul? Whether it is Marich or whether it is Ram. How to make out? Yeah, we should confirm it from Guru. And Guru is who? Balram or Lakshman's representative. Okay. So here we can take an example. Acharya says, if Sita is taken as a soul, although Sita Maya is not a soul, just for an analogy. If Sita Maya is taken as a soul, Lakshman as a guru, and Ram as a super soul, So Lakshman as a guru was telling her, it is not super soul, it is not Ram, it is Marich, it is illusion. Marich means illusion also. It is illusion, it is mind. But the soul was not hearing to the guru's advice. She was saying, no, it is super soul, you go. And Guru also told her, no, this is not super soul, it is your mind. But Sita did not take the advice of Guru or Lakshman. And then, if a soul doesn't take the advice of super Guru, and then we fall prey to Ravan or lust. Okay, Ravan is a lust personified. So we have to be very, very careful to distinguish the voice of the mind and the voice of the super soul, and the best is to get it confirmed from the living representative of Guru Parampara. Okay. So when this happened, Lakshman goes away, and when Lakshman goes away and Raman comes back, Raman is coming dressed as a sannyasi with tilak on his forehead and holding a kamandalu. And when Raman sees Sita, he was just stunned seeing the beauty of Sita. And he couldn't hide his lust, though he was clad as a sannyasi, dressed as a sannyasi. So he is saying, oh, are you are you a goddess of fortune, Lakshmi? Or you are a goddess of morality, Ri? Or you are the goddess of beauty, Rati? Sita was surprised. How can a sannyasi talk like this? But Sita thought, he is my guest, so I had to serve him. So Sita said, how can I serve you? I'll bring water for you. So as soon as Sita brought water, Raman caught hold of Sita's hand. And then he came to his form. He said, I am the Ravana, the king of all the demons, the Lankeshwar. I want to enjoy with you. What are you doing with Ram? Ram cannot give you all comforts in the forest. Why you are torturing yourself? Come with me. I am a king. We'll enjoy in the palace. I'll give you all kind of comforts. And when he was saying like this, Sita really shot back. Sita was very, very angry. Sita said, Ravana, if you want to enjoy with me, you are like a jackal and Ram is like a lion, and you are trying to touch a lioness. You will never be successful. This attempt is just like a foolish man rubbing his eyes with a needle. Just like a man who is carrying fire within his garment. Just like a foolish man who is trying to drink poison. Ram, you forget, you are just like a dirty crow, and Ram is like a girl. Ram is like an ocean and just like a small puddle of water. Who are you? Ram is like a sandalwood, you are like an ordinary wood. There is no comparison between Ram and you. Forget, you can never enjoy me, you will destroy it. Sita gave real thing to him. But Raman was so infatuated with lust, nothing was entering his mind. He took his 10-headed form and lifted Sita, and he called his chariot, and on the chariot he started flying in the sky. And Sita was crying. Sita was praying to everything. Sita was praying to all the plants, all the trees, all the mountains to save me. She was crying, Ram, Ram, Ram. Now here, after killing Marich, Ram was also annoyed that something wrong is there. And Ram was running back. And when he was running back, he saw Lakshman on the way. He said, Lakshman, why you are here? I said, what can I do? Sita had sent me here. And Ram started chastising Lakshman. When I told you not to leave, why you left Sita? Now see the service attitude of Lakshman. All these years he has served Ram and Sita without sleeping. And he is getting chastisement from both of them. And false accusation from Sita. He could have told them, you settle among yourself. This is too much. This is too much. Ram, you brought your wife here. I am without my wife. I am not even sleeping. 13 years I have gone. I have not even taken rest. And she is saying something, you are saying something. What do you think you are? I am also. Easily we could have said like this. You say one thing, you say stay back, she say you go back, and then he's putting all kind of allegations on me. But Lakshman tolerated. This is the service attitude. When we are performing some service and we are giving so much, our body, our mind, our intelligence, with the deepest core of our heart we are serving, still we may not get reward as we want. Still we may be accused. Still people may blame us. People may put false accusations on us. Then what should we do? What should we do? Why should we tolerate? What is that higher purpose? You see, getting an opportunity to serve Ram is not an ordinary opportunity. If I am getting an opportunity to serve Ram, come what may, you beat me to death also, I will not give up this opportunity. Sometimes what happens is, when our ego is hurt, we took it as better not to do this service, and we are giving the opportunity to serve for small gains, and we giving up the prayers. If the things are not according to our mind, we fall for prayers and give up the shreyas. But Lakshman was not like that. He just tolerated. He tolerated the false accusation of Sita. He tolerated the chastisement from Ram. He was cool. He said, no problem. Now what to do? So that was Lakshman. And here we see Raman was carrying Sita, and Sita Maya was crying everywhere. And why Raman could take away Sita? Because Sita Maya didn't follow the instructions of Lakshman. Okay. So that Lakshman Rekha represents what? Lakshman Rekha represents the boundary, the safety of devotees association. The safety of devotees instruction. If we cross this, then we are in trouble. We should always lead our life as per the instructions. And that should be the motto. Whatever may be the conditions. So once our disciple approached Srila Prabhupada. He said, Prabhupada, please bless me so that I can remain humble. Remain humble, first become humble, then you can remain humble. Sometimes devotees are relieved and say, remain humble. Then Prabhupada, how to be humble? Prabhupada, now you are asking good question. By following the instructions, follow instructions in all circumstances, then you will become humble. And then if you keep on following, then you will remain humble. Okay. So, if we cross the instructions, we cross the maryada, then we are in trouble. We are inviting lust. You see, Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur says, if we forget the instruction of the spiritual masters, we open our heart and invite all kind of material desires to enter our heart. Guru Mukha Padma Vakya Chittate Kariya Ekya Arna Kariya More Asha. Our heart should be filled with only one desire. That is Guru's instruction. And if we forget that instruction, then Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur is saying what? We are opening our heart and inviting all kinds of dirty desires to enter our heart. So important. So, Sita called for the problem because she didn't follow the Lakshman's instruction. And Ravan also, he came dressed just as sannyasi. So, Sita Maya represents the bhakti within the heart of a soul, conditioned soul. And Ravan-like personalities who are coming as a pseudo-religionist, a pseudo-sannyasi, how they can, take away the bhakti from the heart of a soul. In 7th canto of Bhagavatam, 5 kind of these pseudo-religionists are described. One is called Vidharmi. Vidharmi means those who follow the religion as a show-off, just for rituals, stereotyped. They are called Vidharmi. The other is called Pardharmi. For Pardharmi, the real dharma is Desh Dharm, Desh Prem, or Deh Dharm. This is Pardharmi. In our childhood also, we used to worship all these heroes who have given up their lives for freedom, for getting India free from Britishers. Bhagat Singh, Chandrasekhar Azad, they used to be our heroes. This Bhagat Singh film has been made many times. And every time it is a super hit. I remember in the beginning days of our youth forum, this Bhagat Singh cinema was released. So I called one youth to please come for our program. He said, today I won't be able to come. Today I am going to see a very good movie called Bhagat Singh. So when I told this to other my devotees that the person is not coming, is going to watch a Bhagat Singh. So one of our devotees said, you could have told that we are also having a Bhagat Singh here. So he would have said, who is the Bhagat Singh? I said, here with Bhagat come together and they sing. So Bhagat Singh. So, it's a nice idea. Next time this happens, I'll say. So, you see, the Desh Dharma. Bhagat Singh is a real hero. Who could give his life for country, So, this is called Pardharmi. First was what? Vidharmi. And the third one, they are called Updharmi. Updharmi means the person who claims that I am God, you are God. They are Updharmi. Fourth are called Chal. Chal, they give their own interpretations to the scriptures. In Bhakti-Siddhanta, therefore, there is very funny incident. Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Thakur Maharaj goes to Manipur. And the king of Manipur was a Vaishnava, follower of Vaishnava. But he saw that king drinking tea. So he was surprised. Why are you drinking tea? He said it is given in Bhagavad Gita. Who has told you it is given in Bhagavad Gita? He said one sadhu came and he explained Bhagavad Gita to me. 15th chapter, 15th verse. Sarvasya chaham, yadi son of Vishnu. Chaham. It is chai. He said you can take chai. Sarvasya chayam. This son of Vishnu. Mata, son of Vishnu on the stove. The chai which is cooked on the stove. You can take. So he described the scriptures like this. That's why I am taking. A sadhu has told me. So Bhakti-Siddhanta Saraswati Maharaj said this is chal. This is chal. This is pseudo-religionists. They give any description of scriptures. And the fifth is abhas. They dress like sannyasi, but internally they do all kind of sense gratification. So they are called abhas. So Ravana was such kind of Abhas. So these five kind of these pseudo devotees, they steal away our devotion if we don't remain within the instructions of our spiritual master. In the name of experimenting, we may lose our bhakti, and this bhakti can be stolen by these five kind of people. So we should be very, very careful. On the path of devotional service, spiritual life, we have to be very, very careful. Because the Maya plays on the platform of mind, and it can trick us any moment. Okay. So when Sita Maya was crying like this, and she was praying to everyone, then there was one vulture named Jatayu. The Jatayu was very, very old. And Jatayu had seen Ram, Lakshman and Sita when they were entering Panchavati. They met Jatayu. And Ram thought Jatayu was another demon. He was about to shoot him. So Jatayu said, No, I am the friend of your father, Dashrath. I think day before yesterday we discussed how Jatayu saved Dashrath. So he said, I am your friend's father. I am Jatayu. Okay. So Ram paid obeisances to him. And Jatayu had said to him, okay, I will accompany you, I will take you to Panchavati, and I will always try to protect Sita, because in this Janasthan, lot of demons are there. Please take care. And whenever you need my help, please tell me. Okay. When Jatayu had met Dashrath and he had saved him, then Dashrath had asked Jatayu, can I do anything for you? You want any benediction? So Jatayu had said, at that time Jatayu had no son, Dashrath had no sons. So Jatayu had said, if ever you get your son, give that son to me. And Lakshmana said, let's see what happens, But now we'll see that Jatayu gets Ram as his son. This wish is also fulfilled. So Sita Maya was crying very loudly, and the Jatayu could hear her cries. And Jatayu woke up, and Jatayu shouted loudly. Jatayu could see his Ravana and is carrying Sita. Jatayu said, oh Ravana, I am 60,000 years old. I have no weapons. You are a young man, 10-headed, 20 armed, and how many fingers I don't know. And you have all kind of weapons, and I have no weapons. I am very old, tired, but I won't let you to take away Sita. And he started flying. Ravana said, oh, this old bird is here. What can he do to me? Ravana started laughing, and Jatayu came forward, and there was a fierce battle between Jatayu and Ravana. It is described in Valmiki Ramayana. Very fine description, See, Jatayu was very old. See. So, Ravana also got very angry. He rushed towards Jatayu. As the fighting began, it appeared that the two mountains were clashing with each other. Jatayu was so powerful. From where Jatayu got power? Jatayu was very old.
Mother Sita, when she was shouting.
Yeah, it is his intense desire to serve. When we have intense desire to serve, we overcome our limitations. Jatayu forgot his limitation. He is old. He forgot Raman's strength. Raman has so much power. He is 10-headed. He is carrying so many weapons. Jatayu just wanted to serve. Jatayu could have said also, Raman, if I would have met you 1,000 years back, I would have killed you. Now I am old. Sita, Betty, don't worry, I am just here. I am just seeing in which direction you are going, which latitude you are going, at what height you are going, and I'll pass on this message to Ram. Wish you all the best. Don't worry, everything will be okay. And I could have said like this, old man. And Sita also would not have expected this from him. But he said, no, nothing doing. I will do my service, Even if I am killed, no problem. Victory or defeat is not my concern. This is the service attitude of Jatayu. He was not bothered about his defeat. He was not bothered about his limitation. He was not bothered about Ravana's strength. He said, this is the moment I should serve. This is an emergency. I have to serve. You see. So, he got so much of strength he attacked Ravan, and Ravan also attacked him. And it is mentioned, it was just like the two mountains are striking with one another, So Ravan threw many weapons at Jatayu. While the giant vulture gouged Ravan with his taloned feet. Taloned feet means the sharp nails were there. And with those taloned feet, sharp nails, what Jatayu did, on his chariot, mules were there, horses were not there. So he attacked all the mules, and the mules fell away. He attacked all the chariot driver, he also fell away. He broke Ravana's bow, he took away Ravana's helmet, threw it away. And so Ravan was surprised. He broke the chariot, so Ravan had to fall down. And when the Ravan fell down, he pounced upon the Ravana, and he started, attacking him with his jaws. So Ravana got very angry. He assumed his 10-headed forms and 20 arms. So what Jatayu did, he tore off the left side of 10 arms were gone. But Ravana had this benediction, again 10 arms appeared, And now Ravana also slashing weapons at him, and Jatayu was attacking from all sides. Jatayu went back and rode on his shoulders and, got hold of his head and pulled away his hairs. And Ravana was crying in pain. Jatayu pulled away his hairs and shouting. And Ravana took a sword and attacked. But again Jatayu came forward. So this battle was going on. And Ravana said, enough is enough, That Ravana with all his 20 arms starting, throwing weapons at Jatayu. And then he cut the wings of the Jatayu. And Jatayu fell down. And the Ravana with all the weapons, he really killed him. And Jatayu was in a pool of blood. And then Ravan took Sita away and they fly off. And the Sitama was crying. She was very sorry for Jatayu. And she, took her jewelry and threw it on the ground so that he could Ram can get some idea. So you see, it's a wonderful fight of Jatayu with Ravana. It's so instructive. Jatayu never cared for his defeat. Jatayu just rose to the occasion. This is the moment I should serve, and he served. You see, sometimes when we are doing services, we are asked to do those services which we don't like to do. We are always like to do service in our comfort zone. So Jatayu didn't see his comfort zone. He came out of the comfort zone. So sometimes the service attitude is, even any kind of service we are given for the mission, we should be ready to give our life for that service. Jatayu gave up his life. If we compare Jatayu with Arjuna, Arjuna also followed Lord's instruction. Arjuna also fought on behalf of Lord, and Jatayu also fought on behalf of Lord. So who are successful, Arjuna or Jatayu? Both are successful. Though apparently Jatayu lost, Jatayu gave up his life, but Jatayu was also successful. Though his mission was not complete. So sometimes when we are performing service, we are given some project, apparently we may not be successful. Our mission is not fulfilled. But still we are successful. Because Lord sees the sincerity of our efforts. So it's a very deep message that Jatayu gives us. Jatayu could have easily avoided devotional service. But Jatayu said, no, I should perform. And we can see from the life of Srila Prabhupada also. Srila Prabhupada was very old, and Srila Prabhupada had all the limitations. He had nothing, no manpower, no money, no place to stay. But Prabhupada continued. Prabhupada never worried, will I be successful or not? When Prabhupada used to go to Bowery Street, he has to climb the stairs, and all these hippies, they were drunk, high on LSD. They never used to move away also, and Prabhupada had to cross over them. And when they started attending Prabhupada's classes, Prabhupada feeding them with prasad, so they started showing some etiquettes. So when Prabhupada used to come, they used to give him sight, that's all. Swamiji is coming and let's give him some sight, But they were drunk, half naked, give him some sight, the Prabhupada used to go. So Prabhupada would have faced so many difficulties, so many. But Prabhupada never gave up. Even for constructing temples in India, for Bombay, He had to struggle so much. For Vrindavan, he had to struggle so much. And in Vrindavan, one Marwadi family was there, Saraf family. They had promised that they will give land for Krishna Balram Mandir, And when they said they will give land, they withdrew. They won't give land. So Prabhupada was very annoyed. Prabhupada wrote a letter to them, And in the letter, Prabhupada gave the story of King Nrig. Once you are promising to a Brahman, and if you are not fulfilling the promise, you will feel consequences. So Prabhupada called Satswarup Maharaj, write this letter. So he started with the story of King Nrig. And when he was writing, dictating, and Satswarup Maharaj was writing, so Satswarup Maharaj was feeling very scared, was very fearful. Because what had happened, one donor had come and he had donated some socks for Prabhupada. And Prabhupada had already so many socks. And Satswarup Maharaj, who was his secretary, didn't have any socks. So he took one pair of socks and used it for himself. And he was feeling guilty. He knew Prabhupada is all knowing. Now he has understood. I have used his socks. Now that's why Prabhupada is dictating this. Prabhupada is giving me a message. He was very, very scared. He said, no, I'll tell everything to Prabhupada. I'll beg forgiveness. He was just crying. Internally he was crying. But Prabhupada was dictating, was writing. Now the blow will come. Now the blow will come. And after dictating this, then he said, so Mr. Saraf, you had promised Vrindavan land. If you know, then was really, okay. Not for me. Not for me. But he thought, I should not have done this. So he went back to Prabhupada and told everything and said, I have used your one pair of socks. Prabhupada said, no problem. So when that letter reached to Saraf family, they were Marwadi, pious people. They said, okay, what to do? They said, okay. Prabhupada said, you have promised that you want to give land for Radharani's pleasure. So he said, okay. He said, okay, yes or no, yes or no. You said, okay, Radharani will decide whether I should give the land or no. Now, how will she decide? He said, I'll put 2 chits, yes or no. Okay. So whatever is the chit comes, then you will take. Prabhupada said, okay. And they picked up the chit, it was yes. So again that person said, what to do? He said, okay, take the land. Then he came back again. You see, in the front portion, I will make my shops. And in the back, you can make the temple. Because he was not willing, now he was caught. Once he has promised, again went back. Again, the chit system. Again, he will make the shop. I say, why shops? We'll see the temple. Why are you saying like this? So he had to struggle a lot. For small details, Prabhupada had to struggle a lot. But Prabhupada never gave up. He had all kinds of diseases. He was so old. And just see, this was mission impossible. 70-year-old man going to US. And when he was about to land, it's not that he was sending SMS to Ms. Gopal Agarwal, I'm about to reach, where are you standing? No communication. When we are coming by train, we are on the platform, for 1 minute we are not able to see the person who has come to receive us. We are in anxiety. We start calling, start SMS, where are you here? Everything. When we go back, we are fully sure ticket is booked, and the meals are there, prasadam is there, place to stay is there, everything is there. The person will come to pick me up. Okay. And if some lapse, then we are in anxiety. And we are young, able body, everything we have. All facilities we have. We have money with us. We have all gadgets with us. Everything we can. We can hire a taxi also. We can do anything. And Prabhupada, you see, old man. No facilities. He could have easily said, I'll stay back in Vrindavan, I'll write books, and through books I'll fulfill the desire of my spiritual master. He could have said like this also. But he said, no, I will go. I will go and face all the consequences. Like Jatayu was hurt, Prabhupada also got 2 heart attacks. He said, no, I'll keep on going. Once he became, Prabhupada was so sick. Again Prabhupada said, take me to London, I want to preach. The disciple said, why are you going, Prabhupada? Prabhupada said, I want to die on the battlefield. And even when I die on the battlefield, if my head is severed, my head is cut, still I will keep on rotating my sword. While going also I'll cut some heads, I like to die on the battlefield. That was the spirit of Prabhupada. Okay. So Jatayu was the same service attitude. Prabhupada exhibited the same service attitude as Jatayu. Similarly, Prabhupada's disciples, they also taking mission impossible, Prabhupada sent Tamal Goswami Maharaj, go and preach in China. You know that story, na? Tamal Goswami Maharaj was leading Radha Damodar party. And when he was leading Radha Damodar party, he used to go to all the temples. And wherever the brahmacharis used to be there, he used to preach. Here you are brahmacharis. At that time, the temple presidents used to be grastas. He used to go and see, you are spoiling your life. These grastas don't know anything. You come here, sannyasis, brahmacharis, Sankirtan, book distribution is life, Prabhupada's favorite service. Give up your life for book distribution. You are spending your life in the temple, living comfortably with the grasta. They will spoil your mentality. So all the brahmacharis say, okay, we'll go. And without telling temple president, in the night they used to come and kidnap brahmacharis and go away. So all the presidents were very much annoyed. They didn't have any person there left in the temple. All the brahmacharis gone. They used to come in the night, take away brahmachari and go away. Without morning when the temple was getting us, there is no devotees in the temple. Well, Tamal Maharaj came and took away. Radha Damodar Sankirtan party had come and all the brahmacharis are gone. So they were very annoyed. They all complained to Prabhupada. GVC meeting in Mayapur. Very hot meeting. And the Prabhupada told Tamal Goswami Maharaj, now you have to stop this Radha Damodar party. What I'm saying, Radha Damodar party, book distribution, Prabhupada, he gave all the figures. This, so many book distribution, so many brahmacharis made. No, whenever he used to go, will take some one hippie, and the hippie used to enter from one gate, and when he used to come out, he used to be bald-headed with saffron cloth. I was like this. Prabhupada, so many brahmacharis I have made, so much book distribution I have done. Why are you stopping this project? It's flourishing. Prabhupada said, no, stop it. What do you mean, Prabhupada? You want me to go to China and preach? He said like this. Prabhupada, China? It's not a bad idea. What do you mean? Yeah, you can go to China. Right. Prabhupada, I was joking. Prabhupada said, Vaishnavas never joke. China. He didn't eat for 3-4 days. He was shocked. I will go to China. Oh. So ultimately he went to Prabhupada, whatever you say I will do. You see, that is the spirit. And he went to China. China is an atheistic country. Then he went there as a yoga society. He had to go in a pant shirt, started a yoga society and started all the Chinese. When I was in Bombay, I met some Chinese devotees. They were saying, once the Tamal Goswami Maharaj was giving initiation in a hotel, and they ignited the yagya. Now, the yagya is there, so they say, no, if the fire comes out, they'll come to know. So I say, but we have to perform the yagya. Very little fire, very little. Okay, small yagya point, very little fire. But still, the smoke, it came out from the room, the smoke is coming. So, tuck, knock on the door, it must be the police. So, what to do? So, immediately, the Tamal Goswami Maharaj thought, this is one diary was there, with the names of all the Chinese devotees were there, material name and their spiritual name. He said, if they came here and they cashed this diary, everyone will put in prison, So, what he did, he took that diary and entered the toilet, and the devotees opened the door. I say, what's happening? It's just some ceremony there. Where is your leader? He has a disturbed stomach, he's in the toilet. Call him. No, knock that toilet. Where Tamasha was in a lot of tension, What he did was, he was in the toilet, he tore apart each and every page of the diary and threw it, flushed it, It took a lot of time, flushing the pages, And then finally he came out and said, I have a disturbed stomach, sorry, I took so much of time. That much they had to go through, And now the China Yatra has more than 1,500 devotees there. And they are so much enthusiastic, so much enthusiastic. So this is, this is service attitude. They were totally out of comfort zone. And the results were also coming. Project was flourishing. But the instruction was, no, give it up and do this. And did that. So, this serving Lord is an opportunity for which we should forget our limitations. We should rise above our limitations. And the strength for that will be given by the Lord Himself. We should not limit ourselves. We have our own conditioning. They are blockage in our consciousness. I can't do this. I won't be able to do this, Like a heart surgeon, when they perform heart surgery, arteries are blocked. When the arteries are blocked, they have to do some bypass. Arteries should be opened. Similarly, due to our conditioning in a material life, experiences in material life, we have got some blockages. Oh, I am comfortable in this, I am not comfortable in this. I can do this, I cannot do this. When the service opportunity also will come, we shy away from this. But when, in the beginning, everyone likes to be engaged as per their psychophysical nature. And spiritual master also thinks like that. But sometimes when the emergencies are there, then we should not let these blockages hinder our service attitude, Like yesterday also we discussed, we can forget our limitations by getting absorbed in the service. So Jatayu was totally absorbed in serving. He was on the mission and he did his best. What matters is whether we are given our best or not. Result is this. Success means this only. Whether I have given my best or not. Have I left anything with me or I have given everything to the Lord? That's it. That is a success. Result is in Krishna's hand. You see, the most famous shloka of Bhagavad Gita is what? In the material world, everyone knows that verse. Karmanyavadhikarasya mafaleshu kadachana. And people normally say the version is, its meaning is Karmanyavadhikarasya mafaleshu kadachana. Work is worship. Factory is my temple. The siren in the factory is the conch shell. And the lubricant oil is Charnamrit. That's it. Factory is temple, that's it. I know what is the message of Bhagavad Gita. Work is worship. No. Karmanya Adhikar says what? Circle of influence and circle of concern. You do your karma. Do what you are supposed to do. Don't worry about the results. Results are not in your hand. But at least do karmanya vadhikas. You have the right to perform your duties, but you don't have any right on the results of those duties. Okay? Do what you are supposed to do. So that is what Jatayu did, what he was supposed to do. He is a living entity and he has to serve Lord Ram, and this is a wonderful opportunity. If I am killed, even if I am killed, so what? Body is anyway, body will be destroyed. But the soul will be elevated if the soul is engaged in Krishna's service. Okay. So this was the message Jatayu is giving us. So Jatayu is killed, and when Ram and Lakshman, they are searching for Sita now, and Ram is really exhibiting his Vipralamba mood now. He is in separation from Krishna, from Sita. He is crying and crying. He is asking all the trees, all the plants. He is asking Mother Earth that Sita is your daughter. Where is your daughter? He is asking plants and flowers and the deers and everyone. Where is Sita? Where is Sita? But no one is replying. So he is very distressed. And like this, he is going around all the forest, and then he sees Jatayu lying in a pool of blood. So for a moment, a thought came in his mind, okay, he is that demon and he has killed Sita. He got very angry. But when he came near Jatayu, he saw it is Jatayu, and he was crying, Ram, Ram, Ram. So Ram lifted Jatayu and put upon his lap. And then Jatayu said, Ravan has kidnapped Sita and they are gone in this direction. And Ram, don't worry, I tried my best to save Sita, but I could not. But the moment, the Muhurat in which the Ram took away Sita, it is called Vind Muhurat. And in Vind Muhurat, whenever one loses something, he is sure to get it back. So don't worry, you will get back Sita. You will kill Ravan and get back Sita. Saying this, Jatayu gives up his life. When the Jatayu gives up his life, Lord Ram says that, to Lakshman, I'm not so much distressed. I'm in pain after losing Sita. But the pain is more intense by seeing Jatayu's death. You see? And Lord Ram, with his own hands, performs the last rites of Jatayu. And in this way, Jatayu's desire is fulfilled to have Ram as his son. So Lord Ram performs the last rites of the Jatayu. So There's one thing I wanted to say. You see, when a living entity performs the devotional service, Lord doesn't see in which body is that living entity. Jatayu was a vulture. Vulture is not a very good looking or very pure, auspicious living entity. You see, even the other birds like swans and peacocks won't like to associate with vulture. But Ram is holding vulture in his hand and performing the last rites. This is the opulence of devotional service. When you perform devotional service, everyone becomes attractive to Krishna, attractive to the Lord. Externally one may be very ugly. Because he has performed his devotional service, he becomes attractive in the eyes of Lord. And the Lord is attracted to him. Okay. So this was the story of Jatayu. And we could see how Jatayu served Lord Ram. We could also see the Ravan's enjoying mentality. We could also see Surupnakha's enjoying mentality. We could see the service attitude of Lakshman. Despite all odds, despite performing so wonderful services, he was accused, still he tolerated. So all these characters of Ramayana are super great. They give us so much teachings and so much inspirations. So whenever we are not feeling very enthusiastic in devotional service, we should read this example of Jatayu. Jatayu is Utsaha Nishchay Dhairyat. So much enthusiasm for serving the Lord, for praising the Lord, and determined, and without caring for the result, whatever the result be. I should say, at this moment, Lord wants my service. No excuses. He could have gone many excuses, but no excuses. And similarly, we can say in the life of Srila Prabhupada, no excuses. And Prabhupada was so energetic, even at this advanced age. Till the last moment, Prabhupada was doing his seva, translating Srimad Bhagavatam. So we are so fortunate to be under the care of such exalted Guru. Recently, I think His Holiness Bhakti Bhagavad Swami Maharaj, he told that, it doesn't matter in spiritual life what you do, it matters whom you know. Whom you know. We know Srila Prabhupada, you see. So Srila Prabhupada had a special privilege. So somehow or the other, if we can please Srila Prabhupada, we are secure. We are surely going back to Godhead. And Prabhupada, some disciple asked Prabhupada, how can we pay you back? Prabhupada said, do as I did. Prabhupada didn't care for anything. Prabhupada always was engaged, always following his Guru's instruction. So Prabhupada wanted us to do as he did. Okay. So we can also do it. We have the option to cultivate Bharat's mentality or Ravana's mentality. Okay. So the desires we cultivate, we will cultivate that more, and with that service attitude, we should do our best and we should attract the mercy of the Lord. Hare Krishna. Any questions or comments?
Why Upadharmi are different from Chala? Why Upadharmi are different from Chala? I am God, you are God. This is also Chala, but why they are considered different?
Yeah, but this Chala, they gave all together, yes, even Upadharmi are giving the wrong interpretations of scriptures in a way. But specifically it is mentioned there like, Upadharma says, I am God. That is Advaita Tattva. Advaitvadi. Dvait Advait, impersonalist kind of person. But Chal is a total Chal, Sarvasya Chaham, this, At least impersonalism has some branch, Spiritualists are two kinds, personalist and impersonalist, But Chal has no ground actually, no locus standi here.
In Valmiki Ramayana, it is not that Ravan come to Sita's marriage ceremony to lift Shiva's bow.
No, I didn't read that.
In any Ramayana,
at least I didn't read that. And the Valmiki Ramayana is not mentioned. Except.
Prabhuji, when Sita Maya falsely accused Lakshman for going to protect Ram, what type of character Sita Maya developed of this?
Yeah, it's It shows the womanly nature, you know. And there's a story behind this also, you know. In Chaitanya Charitamrita, when Chaitanya Mahaprabhu goes to South India, there he meets a Brahman called Ramdas. And when Mahaprabhu meets that Brahman is in a very sad mood. And Mahaprabhu asked, why are you sad? Why are you not earning any prasad? He said, how come a demon like Raman could touch Sita Maya? So he is very distressed. How could this happen, you know? Sita is the consort of Lord, internal energy of the Lord. How can a Raman, a demon, can touch the internal energy of the Lord? So he was very confused. Then Chaitanya Mahaprabhu told him, quoted from some Puran, that this Sita Maya, which Raman took away, was the Chaya Sita. You know, Sita Maya entered the Bhumi, earth again, and then again she appeared when that Agni Pariksha was there. So this is just a pastime. Ravan had to be killed. You know, it was all the planning of demigods, and Ram had appeared just to kill this Ravan. That was the sole purpose. You know, so this is a pastime. So this was Chaya Sita speaking like this.
Roju is focusing on characteristics, features of woman. Focusing on features of woman, some kind of characteristics.
Features of
Woman is more sensitive to her husband, or what she can do anything for husband.
Yeah, that way. She exhibited womanly character, you know, very easily taken away by the circumstances, you know, emotional, you know, insecure. That way.
Our conditioning creates blockages inserting to our best capability. And how do we live with it whenever we are in that direction?
How to?
Live with the conditioning is creating blockages. How to prevent it?
Yeah. So it's a good question. It's very practical. So when our conditionings are blocking us and we are hesitant to take that service, so we should consult our mentors. You know. And in the beginning years, the mentors will provide all kind of help. They will try to facilitate and encourage you and provide you all kind of facilitation. And we have seen also the devotees who are very hesitant to perform any kind of service, that kind of a service, after few years they become expert in that service. You've seen in our temple only, many examples are there. Devotees were very introvert kind of thing. We didn't like to go out and meet people. They were happy in themselves studying, and that's all. And they were given services. They were required to go out, ask for donations, distribute books. And they did that. And they are now the shining stars in their services. You know. In the initial 1 year they really struggled. But afterwards they shone like anything. So it's mercy, you know. Whenever you get instruction from the spiritual master, along with the instruction we get the power also. It is just like a father giving a 10 rupee note to a small child and asking him to please go to the market and bring some curd. Instruction is to bring some curd from the sweet shop, and a child, little baby, he doesn't have any power to purchase curd. So father gives along with that some money also. Similarly, our spiritual father, the guru, will give instruction also. Along with that, the capability to perform that instruction also. You know, we should have, if we have that kind of faith, then we'll give the power. That's why it is said to succeed in spiritual life, 2 qualities are required. What are those? Jiva Goswami said, faithful and thoughtful. No.
You were telling about the mentality, that we have enjoying mentality, just we want to enjoy. But even after coming to this process of devotional service, we have that mentality. We are like, we do chanting, we are enjoying Harinam, we are taking Krishna, we are enjoying that, we are giving service, we are doing for name and fame. In this aspect of devotional service, we are, and in the beginning we are enjoying what we try to enjoy. This mentality keep on continuing.
Yeah, you're right. In all of our, just yesterday also we were discussing, in all of our services, we are looking for our comforts, we are trying to enjoy. So yesterday we discussed this. If we are aware of this, that's also a good advantage. Sometimes we are not even aware of this. So once we are aware of this, then we can be more cautious. And then we have to be very honest with our mentors, honest with our deities and the Guru. Pray, try. Then if we are aware, then we can overcome. And we strictly following the morning program, reading scriptures, hearing scriptures. So that will keep us in the boundaries, So then we can overcome this. This is bound to happen. For a conditioned soul, it is natural. Nothing unnatural. At the same time, we should not do, like I said yesterday, paralysis by analysis. And then we are doing service only. We are paralyzed. The example is there, of a frog and a centipede. That example, The centipede had 100 legs and used to dance very artistically. And the frog doesn't know dance, he just jumps. The frog was very envious. The centipede, little dances. So frog says, what to do? He just thought of a plan. He went to centipede. He said, you dance very nicely. You raise your 56th number leg, your 67 and 18th or 17th or 15th. What do you do? Just give me the plan. It's very wonderful. So centipede started thinking, which leg I lift first? 53rd, 54th, and he got paralyzed. He forgot to dance. So we should not be like this. Service opportunity, blockage, consciousness, service here. And we get paralyzed, we don't perform the service itself. So act. And yesterday when we said how to develop service attitude, at least act, serve. And when we come to know of our shortcomings, face them. Don't shy away from them. We honestly have to face. And then we have to, overcome them. If you are not serving, before serving only you are getting paralyzed, how will you come to know our shortcomings? There are some devotees who have this attitude, No, I won't do this service because I'll start enjoying this service, so I won't do. No, do, then you'll come to know what are your shortcomings. And then, that way.
When we are given some service, we are given some facilities also. So you told that we should not get attached to them.
Yeah.
So how to know that this is our necessity or this we are trying to...
Yeah, careful and thoughtful. We have to be heavy. So devotional service is very subtle actually. It's a very thin line. It's very, very thin line. But we are remaining in the association of devotees, and if we are sincere, somehow or other we'll get the message. If our antennas are on, so we'll get the message. We'll realize it. And if these facilities are reduced or taken away, the pain if we are feeling will come to know. And Krishna, if we are dear to Krishna, Krishna protects us. Somehow or other Krishna protects us. So it's not so difficult. For a sincere soul, not difficult. For a complicated soul, very complicated. Yes, Prabhuji.
When somebody takes some service out of limitation coming out of, then he may have to sacrifice, and sacrifice he may have to compromise sometime with, not compromise but have to manage it somehow or other. Just like one goes to a night program. For late he becomes late, not able to sleep very early as one should sleep. So it affects further also in morning. Some he will be affected, don't be able to chant nicely. So that sacrifice, how it will help him in spiritual practices. Because it is hampering that sacrifice, then what is...
Yeah. Balance. Balance, It's not that I'm Jatayu now. This project is meant that I should sacrifice my life. It's not a shortcut like this, It's good, You take one project, give up your life and then go back to God. No, it's not like that. We have to be intelligent and always keep balance, So, if we are under the guidance, our mentors will tell, Prabhu, cool down. You should not become Jatayu, cool down. Sometimes our passion is there. So, You see, if you are really enthusiastic, then we'll be patient also. Utsaha Nishchay Dharya. They come together. It's not that you are only utsahit, but there is no dharya. That means that was passion. Utsaha without patience is passion. Okay. So we'll have to have some patience also. Come back early, sleep early, until unless some emergencies are there. Emergency situation is okay. We should be ready to go to any extent. But daily emergency, then we are in emergency. I know. Daily should not be there. Daily should be a regulated life, because this is devotional service in practice. We are not at transcendental stage. Devotional service in itself is transcendental, but we are not transcendental. Okay, so we'll get affected by modes of nature if we daily do like this. Okay, so the balance has to be kept. Yes, Prabhu.
Yesterday you explained about the story of Vishwamitra Muni. So in that movie you explained about when he in helpless mode he chanted about the whole names of God. So Lord appeared. So I wanted to ask that just by the chanting helplessly can we approach God directly, because we have heard previously that without the medium of Guru we cannot approach, or without medium of devotee we cannot approach directly God. So in this case how is it there?
Yes, because the Guru only will give us those mantra. Guru gives us those mantra. And to chant in helpless condition is the ideal condition. And definitely, if we are in a Guru Parampara and following the instructions of Guru and chanting in helpless manner, certainly the Lord will appear.
In his case means how it was, because as such we didn't heard of him.
We didn't heard of his spiritual master. Yeah. I didn't think on these lines. I'll just find out and I'll tell you. It was mentioned in Ramayana that he became helpless and he cried out the names of Vishnu and Vishnu appeared.
Is it possible that only by this?
Yeah. The holy name is powerful in itself. You see, Guru is essential for spiritual life. And if you have to go back to Godhead, you have to perform devotional service. Guru is required. Definitely. Without Guru, we cannot serve. But in this instance of Vishwamitra, he was a yogi. He was performing meditation. He was performing all kinds of austerities. And when he lost all his tapobal and he was feeling weak, in that weak, helpless condition, he cried out the names of Vishnu. And Lord Vishnu was magnanimous enough and he appeared before him. And he told him. And again he started his austerities. He didn't started performing devotional service. Again he started performing austerities. Again he was a yogi. Till he came in contact with the Vishisht. And by the mercy of Vishisht, the seed of devotion was sown in him. So that was his course of life. Ultimately he got the mercy, by the mercy of Vishisht Muni only, his heart was purified. And the seed of devotion was there. And then after coming in contact with Ram, that seed grew. Okay. Yeah.
Like in Lakshman's case, he was instructed by two authorities.
Yeah.
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 So, although it doesn't happen with us, but what should a bhakta do when two things?
Yeah, good question. Very good question. You have two masters. Lakshman's two masters are Ram and Sita. And they gave contradictory instructions. And both chastised him also. Very poor case. Poor situation. So in our life also these situations may come. And sometimes they come also. So the best thing is to be transparent to both. Explain your case to one authority also, different to the other authority also. And create a situation that they can speak to each other also. Communication. That way. Right? Okay. Yeah, last question.
Keeping that balance, seeking devotion service that we have said, then how one can evaluate, one can know that he has given his best or not. Because when one sincerely tries to, at least try to perform devotion service, he can overcome his limitations.
Yeah.
Keeping this point and the other thing, he should also keep balance.
Yeah.
Then how will he will be able to know that he has given his best in his service?
Yeah. Giving best doesn't mean that you give up all other practices. You remember that we are performing sadhana bhakti, devotional service in practice. So then practice means, Prabhupada said the most important service for us is to chant 16 rounds. First thing first. So if you are getting too enthusiastic and performing services in a way that we are neglecting all this foremost service, there's something wrong. Then we won't be able to perform service with right consciousness. Okay? So, Jatayu is an example where we show that in emergency, if required, we can go to any extent. And he didn't think of his limitations. He didn't think of victory or defeat. He didn't think of his image. My image will be spoiled. I could not save Sita. King of vultures could not save Sita. No, he didn't think of his image. He just gave up his life in the service of the Lord. So that was because that was what was required at that moment. But unnecessarily we should not commit suicide. Okay, I'll just give up my life, for the service. If it is required, then do that. Otherwise, the balance is the golden word. We have to keep the balance. Right? Okay. जय सीताराम लक्ष्मण हनुमान की जटायु जी की जय गौर प्रेमानंदे